Good morning, everyone. Nevada Adventure Family here with Chris, and I want to show you a new product. So this is a Hcalory toolbox diesel heater. We do have two of these actually already. One to heat the cab of the truck and the camper part. Another one we actually use to preheat the engine of the diesel truck when we're off grid. Only draws 12 volt. You can plug it into 110 as well. It's a great product, 12 volt power, 110 power, and this is their newest, larger toolbox heater. So a little spin around here, you can see the size of the thing. It's a pretty good size. So some cool features about it. It holds 7.5 liters of diesel. So that will run at 62.5 hours of pure heat. Now obviously you're not going to do that time unless you're just running it all the time. So great larger tank on this, good BTUs, great for keeping you warm. So as you can see here, this is actually your heat exchanger. This part, you get a hose like this. I would recommend probably getting a larger. These will unfoil pretty good, but there's some available online that you can get even longer ones if you need to. And it just slips right on here, and then you put that in your tent, your vehicle, your camper, whatever you want. And this was where your heat comes from. Sorry, it's a little cold outside, so I'm a little shivery. Exhaust tube. This is your exhaust muffler. It does have, just for a little reference, like I said, it's cold. Your hands are cold. Sniffling. So this is actually your muffler. It connects on here, and then this connects on down here. This is flexible. This does get very hot, so pre-warning. Do not put this near stuff that can combust, catch fire, burn yourself, melt stuff, whatever. So make sure you make sure that happens. Your muffler. This is a little mounting hole if you're going to hard mount it. There is a weep hole right here, so make sure that's on the bottom. So any condensation or moisture will come out the bottom. So make sure you do that. As you can see, it does connect right here. And your fresh air intake is here. So here's your fresh air intake. Here's your exhaust. CO2 is a killer. Make sure this is pointed away from your air intake here. Here's your main power. So it does come with 110 that plugs in. So if you have 110 power, you can run off there. Personally, if you're at home or anything else, this works great. But remember, 110 draws way more power when you're running something. So if you have an inverter and you're converting it to run 12 volt, it's smarter to just run the 12 volt because it will not draw as much power. They also include a connector here. So this is an extension for your controller. I'll show you that in a second. And then here's your 12 volt power. So you can connect this directly to your battery, or like we did, we actually cut these and we put this on a cigarette style plug. I'll show you that in a minute. And there's a couple reasons. So if you hardwire this in your vehicle and you leave it in there all the time, that's great. If you want to move it around for different situations, we put a little cigarette plug on here and it just plugs in to any cigarette lighter. So this extension here. So nice thing about these heaters is they come with this little remote. And the nice thing about the remote, this is how we keep our camper going. So this remote has a CO2 detector, so it'll shut off once it gets to a certain CO2 point, and it has a temp probe. So this will talk to the heater, and this will set your temp. Let's say you want to be 67 degrees at night, 66, wherever you're comfortable sleeping at, and this will tell the heater to shut off and turn on to keep it at the temp, just like at your house. So you could hang this in your tent, your camper, your vehicle, whatever you're sleeping in, and this will control it to keep a comfortable temperature for you. And you have the peace of mind, it'll shut this off if it hits a certain CO2 level. It's always recommended to have a CO2 detector in any camper, so make sure you still have a CO2 detector, but this is a great way to shut this off as well. So the remote in here, so all their heaters come with this wired remote too. So you can adjust all your settings on here. This does not have a CO2 detector like the remote, so just remember that. But the nice thing about this is you could hard mount this in your camper. They do, what do they do with this? Include an extension, so you could disconnect this, extend it to give even more of a distance if you're going to hard mount these in your camper. So great heater, works very well, and comes with pretty much everything you need. Like I mentioned, power cables, power cable. If you are going to hard mount it, like on our camper, I'll show you that in a minute. It does come with a vent tube, your vent. Comes with an assortment of clamps to make sure this does not fall off in the middle of the night and you freeze. This is a mounting bracket. This is for the muffler. If you're hard mounting bracket, comes with little screws. This also comes with two mounts to mount this if you're hard mount it. I'm not going to do those because we're not going to hard mount this. And this here, these are some feet to put on the bottom of this. So you have little rubber feet if you're going to set this on something, so that's a great little option there. Quick directions on how to operate it, and your user manual. Always read your user manual before you actually, use something. Most guys don't, but it's a recommendation that we do. So yeah, great little heater. We have not used this yet. This is a brand new one. We will be using it. I probably won't put in the video of us using this because I'm going to show you our other heaters that we do currently use. And this thing works great. And like I said, this is the Hcalory TB Max diesel heater. So stay tuned. There will be some links on the video to get your discount, and you can get a discount on these if you follow our link through our system and get a better price on these. So make sure you subscribe to us, become a member, follow the links, get some great deals, and we'll see you on the road. But first, I want to show you our diesel heater in action on our truck. All right, guys, welcome to our camper. I know you've seen this before. A couple things: we are changing up the bed. We had that dinette there. We had some issues with our resin inlay table starting to separate, and we didn't want to destroy it and lose it. That video is coming. But we're turning this into a standard bed. So no more dinette there. We'll be eating at the couch. But back to the heater. So this is where our intake is for our camper. So we actually have this plumbed in, don't mind the mess in here, plumbed in from this intake from the outside. And this thing works great. This heats this camper like crazy. Here's our remote. We have it hanging here, and so you get a good temp for inside, CO2 detection, and it's a great little heater. So let's go outside and let's see how we get that heat into the camper. All right, so this is how we get the heat in. This is our other heater. So this is our smaller toolbox model. We had this before we got this one, and as you can see, it's plumbed in here. We actually use our 12-volt power here. We plug in this heater, it pumps it right into the cab through that part you just saw. Keeps us super warm. We've been out when it's like 10 degrees out camping, and we're comfortable at 72 when we're in there. We turn down 66 at night, and it runs, keeps us warm. This one actually, it'll burn at 10 degrees, keep it about 68, it'll burn about half a tank of fuel. So that one will burn, will have a larger capacity, burn about the same but larger capacity, so we don't have to refill this one all the time. So that's a great new option. But that's how we get in here. This one has your fresh air intake, has your screen there. That's your air intake for the heat exchanger and exhaust over here. I don't have the exhaust on right now because I want to show you another option. So when we are out camping, sorry about the snow noise, everyone asked, how do you preheat this big truck, right? So we have a couple options. We have a diesel or a plug-in block heater, and we run it off the inverter system that draws a lot of power. So another great solution that I came up with using the Hcalory heater is we have this one, and this is how we preheat our truck when it's super cold out, like it is today. So this is another one. This one does not have the remote option. So this is their older model. That's why we're using it for this. As you can see, exhaust. We run it off our Jackery Power 12 volt. We don't have to. We can actually plug it in the big truck and that power in the back there. But we always bring power backup just in case something happens to our system, that we have a secondary backup power. And so what we do is we set the Hcalory up, and we plumb it directly underneath the hood to heat our big truck. So you can see it comes under here, goes into the engine bay, and it gives it a nice heating when we're out camping, because it's a diesel truck. They need to be preheated for, you know, it just helps it start. It's better on the engine. So that's how we heat the truck. And yeah, that's about it. Sorry that I'm just huffing and puffing here. This is real life. We don't edit our videos. We're real Nevada adventure family, and this is how we do our videos. So that's our heating system. A couple things. Obviously YouTube, make sure you follow us, subscribe, and you can also become a member and get some free swag for our members, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I do want to thank Hcalory for this product. We're not getting paid for this, obviously. So great heater. As you can see, we have 3 of them. We think they're one of the better ones out there, and I would definitely recommend this heater for anyone, whether you're heating a shop, your car, preheating a truck like we are, your camper, tent camper, whatever you're doing. Great, great, great product. Highly recommended. Follow the links and you can get the discount codes and save yourself some money and start camping. Enjoy, Nevada Adventure family. We'll see you on the trail.